What is up, everyone? Murray and Jay await here with my recent retro pickups. Retro, new, mostly retro. Here in New Jersey, we do a lot of hunting here for games. Now, there's not as much in New Jersey, but I go down in Florida during the winter, and there's nothing but pawn shops, rummage sales, garage sales, flea markets, and I'm constantly always on the lookout for game collecting. As much as I collect the new stuff, I even collect more of the old stuff. I have some of in the thousands. Pretty much every day I'm always out on the lookout. And when I'm here in Jersey, there are a few rummage sales every here and there, a garage sale, a flea market, and I do try to collect stuff. Now, other than that, I'm always on eBay. I do a lot of eBaying. I sell a lot on eBay, but I also buy a lot on eBay. I'm not really too much worried about doubles. If I'm somewhere and I have a game already and it's a good deal, I pick it up anyway. It's always good to have a couple copies. Sometimes I'll play a copy, sometimes I'll keep the copy, in mint. I try to get a lot of boxed copies of games, especially PC games. They seem to be worth more. I'm always looking for video game memorabilia, whether it be figurines, plushies, shirts, anything that has to do with gaming. Especially retro, especially the old stuff. I love it more than collecting the new stuff. So this is going to be my first episode of my pickups. This will be an ongoing series that I'll try to do every so often. So this is the kickoff. This is the first episode of my retro gaming pickups. So I hope you enjoy this. Okay, let's get going to the latest stuff. What do we got here? Here's one from Club Nintendo that I recently got. These are the Hanafuda cards. These are actually no more. You can't get these anymore. I actually just got the deadline. Seems like shortly after I got these from Club Nintendo, they stopped making them. And Club Nintendo does that. So if there's a reward on there that you guys want, you got to get it quick because, before you know it, these things are on eBay going for X amount of dollars. So I got that. That's my latest Club Nintendo. Definitely a cool collection. Glad I could add that to my collection. Very cool. Another thing is I try to always get good deals, especially, if it's very cheap. It's always good to get good deals and not to go crazy. I try not to really, unless I really want something and I can't find it anywhere else, I try not to really go crazy with pricing. And sometimes, when you're out there in the field looking around and out in the wild, you can really get some great deals. Okay, this is kind of neat. Check this out. I came across not too long ago. Kind of an odd find. These are actually Uno cards. Angry Birds Uno cards. I do have a large Angry Birds collection, so I figure, hey, Uno cards, why not add it to the collection? So, kind of neat, cheap, wasn't too much. Here we go. Here's some Sega Genesis. Always looking for Sega Genesis out in the wild. I came across these two. I did not have them. This is Tommy Lasorda Baseball. This is the Sega Classic version. And Championship Pro-Am by Trade West. So, pretty cool, decent shape. Like I said, it's always nice to find these games in the box. They're not loose, they are in the box. Looks like they were pretty much well taken care of. Got these at a yard sale. Okay. Here's something I picked up. These are actually from eBay. I'm a big Mortal Kombat collector, and it's always good collecting for the PlayStation 2. Here is an actual sealed copy of a Shaolin Monks Mortal Kombat. It is not opened. I do have one or two other copies that are opened. I believe I actually have one on the Xbox, the original Xbox. Can't say Xbox One anymore. Original Xbox. Yeah, Shaolin Monks for the PlayStation 2, sealed. So, awesome. Awesome for a PlayStation collector. Awesome for Mortal Kombat collector. I am both. Actually, in the process of going back and getting all the Mortal Kombats that I missed, or Mortal Kombats for all the platforms, all the rare stuff. So, got a pretty good collection going. So the quest continues. Always looking on eBay for anything Mortal Kombat. Alright, let's see what else we got. Here's an interesting find. This is one you might not know about. This is for the Wii. We Wish You a Merry Christmas. This is actually kind of a little neat mini games, a whole mess of mini games that are holiday oriented. I'm always looking for strange Wii games, and I came across this, and I actually play this every Christmas. I will be playing it every Christmas during the month of December. So pretty neat, different. There's a lot of weird crazy zany Wii titles out there. So I'm kind of in the process of, you know, now that the Wii U is out, I'm trying to go back to the Wii and trying to pick up all the missing collections that I don't have. So this was one of them. Here's actually another one, kind of in the same boat here. This is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You know, so kind of neat to add that to my collection. A lot of people don't know about this one. Again, it's just one of those crazy Wii games that a lot of people don't know about. You can find them fairly cheap. But another game to play during the holiday. Maybe I'll include these in my Christmas holiday special this year. I don't know. And I'm always collected for the GameCube, one of my favorite systems of all time. I do have a massive, large GameCube collection. I'm always on eBay adding to it, my collection. And here's one I found at GameStop. It's Sonic Mega Collection. 7 great hits. Extra games, bonus features. Very cool. Check that out. All these games are in this one GameCube disc. So I got it fairly cheap. The inside. So, love me some GameCube games. Always adding to that system. There's some fantastic GameCube games. And every time I'm out in the wild and I'm out looking, you know, rummaging around, I'm always finding a GameCube game that I don't have or that I've never even knew existed. So, pretty big collection. What else do we got here? I'm a big PC game fan. I love collecting for the PC, especially boxed copies. And I came across these. Some I had, like I said, some I didn't. Quake 4, great condition. In the box. Always nice to have a nice boxed version of PC games. Ups the value. Here's Quake 4. We got a couple hundred PC games in my collection. A couple hundred. Most of them are boxed. Some of them are in the jewel cases. We got that. Here's one, Myst Revelation. I'm a big fan of Myst. I have a massive Myst collection. So I saw this out there, and beautiful box. You know how these Myst games come. So, yep. Got Myst. So, some of these PC games I play, some I don't. A lot of them I just use for collecting purposes. Here's a classic. Doom 3. Had a couple copies of this. Loose and boxed. This is the boxed version. And with the Velcro opening. Very nice. Doom 3. Big fan of that game. Got that. Always good for the PC collection. Here's another PC game I found fairly cheap. NBA Live 08. Put many hours into that. And I got the boxed PC version of it, so big NBA Live fan. Glad that that franchise is coming back. And here's one, fun one that I played a lot back in the day. Came across it again. Jeopardy Deluxe. It is actually a fun game. It's a little buggy on the computer, but definitely poured quite a few hours into this game. So came across that, and I didn't have the my original, so I said, oh, I'll add it back to my collection. Okay, I think that is it for the PC games. What else we got? Here we go. Did some eBaying the other day, always adding to my collection. Here is a Game Gear. Loved this system as a kid. Actually, when I was a child, I actually lost mine. I don't know what I did with it, but you know, when you're a kid, you don't think of these things. Even though I did save quite a bit from my childhood, there was a few that got out there and you know, lost them basically. So had to go back and starting to rebuild my collection, whatever I'm missing. Thank God for eBay, because it's, you know, you can find all this stuff and you can get it for the right price if you search around. But got this from eBay. This is a very well working Game Gear. It's actually hard to find one that the sound works. The sound does work on this one. The screen works perfectly and there's minor scratches. So it's pretty good. I have blue ones. I have red ones. So here's one for my collection. And like I said, you know, if it's a game or a system even that I have already, if the price is right, I get it again anyway. It's just, you know, horrible compulsive shopper. Well, could be worse, right? Alright, what else we got here? Again, went on a handheld system search, treasure hunt on eBay. Came across this one. Another really good working system, Game Boy. Screen works good, sound works good, all the buttons work good. Put it through the test. Have all these in different colors. This is the original, the way that it originally came, in the gray. This is the classic Nintendo Game Boy. Gotta have it in your collection. So I'm just glad that I could add this to my vault, my museum of natural history. So, the classic gold Game Boy. Can't go wrong. And of course, as far as the Game Gear and the Game Boy go, you gotta add some games to your collection, right? So here we go. Let's see what we got here. These are my latest Game Boy pickups. Primal Rage, was a big fan of that game. Used to play that all the time on the Super Nintendo. It's like a fighting game with dinosaurs. Like Mortal Kombat, but with dinosaurs. Very cool. Primal Rage, big fan. So, definitely want to get it on the Game Boy. Frogger, another really good one. Frogger. Glad I could add that to my collection. What's this one? Ah, look at this. Original Killer Instinct. Awesome. For the Game Boy. Very cool. And of course, the most famous, popular, I have a couple copies of this, Kirby's Dream Land. Maybe, in my opinion, one of my all-time favorite Game Boy games. Kirby's Dream Land is just an epic masterpiece, in my opinion. One of the best games, one of the best Kirby games, and maybe one of the best Nintendo games. So, a lot of good childhood memories. So glad I could add that again to my collection. Okay. What else we got here? Okay, here we go. Here's a eBay package I got. It came actually in a bundle of Game Gear games. That's right. We got Super Columns for the Game Gear. Another great system to collect for. Joe Montana Football. Very cool game. Very cool football game. Spent many, many hours playing this as a kid. Wow. Yep. Sonic Chaos for the Game Gear. This, I don't know what it is about this game, but this is actually one of my favorite, I'm going to say Game Gear games, but I'm actually going to say one of my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog games. I don't know what it is with Sonic Chaos, but I absolutely love this game. What an excellent, excellent game. And I couldn't find a box copy of it, but however, I did get the manual with it. Coming in January for Sega Game Gear X-Men. Actually have that in my collection. Yeah, got many Game Gear games in my collection. Quite a few. You know, like I said, I never really had a massive channel or, you know, tons of subscribers, but my game collection can rival some of the big boys, that's for sure. I've been told. Half the stuff I don't even remember what I have. Kind of overwhelms your brain. Let's check this out. Check this out. Awesome. I love collecting for the original Nintendo, the NES. Maybe one of my most favorite systems to collect for. I do collect doubles, like I said. But you know what? If I can get a Nintendo game at the right price, I'm buying it, whether I have 10 copies or not. This is pretty cool. These are my recent NES pickups. We got some big ones in here, though. Here's Airwolf, based on the hit TV series. Very cool. It's got the sleeve. It does come with the sleeve. So, Airwolf. Glad I could add that to my NES collection. TNC, Town and Country Surf Designs. Big fan of this. Played this countless hours as a kid. This is a very interesting game. If you guys collect for the NES, this is a definite must. This is a cool game. You get to surf, you get to skateboard, you get to everything. It's a little bit of everything. It's definitely different, but it's fun. I grew up with this. My cousin used to come over. We used to play for hours. Here's one of my favorite all-time games on the NES, Narc. My God. I don't know how many hours I put into this game. Glad I can get a copy of this again. Excellent game, Narc. Check it out. Glad to add that to my collection. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, another game that I played countless hours on the NES. Big fan of this game. Definitely cool. And of course, Dragon Warrior. Some say this is their favorite game of all time. I definitely love this game. I remember the first time playing this. Amazing game. Wow, what memories. Love the artwork on this. Yeah, Dragon Warrior. Definitely. Cool. I actually might have another copy of this. Might be my second copy. I think I actually got it in a loot bundle. And here we go. Here's one for you. The original Final Fantasy on the NES. Whew. Awesome. Every person must have this in their collection, in their retro collection. Got the sleeve with it. Final Fantasy. Love me some Final Fantasy. Another franchise that I'm always looking for. It's Mario Brothers, Resident Evil, Final Fantasy, Zelda. Definitely on my search list. And then we have here, I went on a controller binge. Trying to just find different controllers. One day I just went on eBay searching for controllers. Went out through the rummage sales, the flea markets, and I wanted to collect controllers that I didn't have, joysticks, and I came across these. This is kind of neat. This came out when I got my Atari 2600. The girl actually had a lot of extra joysticks that she threw in. So these are just some extra joysticks, and what's cool about these is that these will work for the Atari Flashback. So even if you don't own an original 2600, the Flashback, I believe I had the Flashback 3, can actually use these. It has the same port. So definitely always no problem adding these to my collection. Can never have enough Atari joysticks, you know what I mean? Alright. And this is the NES Advantage. Oh yeah, this is the big one. This is the one you guys all remember. This is what I used to call this the Beast. This is the Nintendo NES Advantage. Let me unwrap this bad boy. Look at this sucker. This is the big one. Heavy too. Made well. My God, I remember when this thing first came out. Very cool joystick. Yep. This was the definitely the joystick of its time. The NES Advantage. Very cool. Glad to add that to the collection. And last but not least, look at this one. This is the Quick Shot. Actually, I had quite a few of these. This is the Quick Shot NES joystick. A different one. Interesting. I remember this worked pretty good though in its day. So I got this one off eBay. And that is it for my first episode. That's my latest finds, my latest treasures. Hope you liked it. Hope you join me for the next episode. Okay, everyone, that's all for now. Take care, and I will see you again soon.